right, so I am in Joshua. Quick recap. You know the story of Moses getting the people out of Egypt. Fear overrides faith. Therefore, the result is 40 years of wandering, and then Moses dies, and Joshua is commissioned. The previous generation has now passed away. In chapter 1, God tells him, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous. Why would God need to tell Joshua 3 times to be strong and courageous? Well, remember that Joshua had been one of the 12 spies that had gone over into Canaan and had seen the people. So the land was beautiful. However, the people were very scary. They were giants. So 10 of the 12 spies responded in fear. Only Joshua and Caleb responded in faith. Now God is telling Joshua to lead newly unified tribes that have now aligned in obedience to follow Joshua through the Jordan. After they cross the Jordan, there's another commandment to set up stones as a memorial. He is saying, when your children ask you, then you are to tell them. You shall let your children know. And I caught something interesting. It just kind of like piqued my curiosity. 24, it says that all the peoples of the earth may know the hand of the Lord. How does you telling your children equal all the peoples of the earth knowing the hand of the Lord? It reminded me of Joel 1:3, where it says, tell your children, let your children tell their children, and their children another generation. It begins at home. Something my dad has always done is that he will always talk about the way that God worked in our life. Still to this day, he would just go over them and over them. At times when I was younger, I would say, I've already heard this story. I already know this. It was a memory stone reminding me of the miracles that God worked in our life. And that is something that I have failed to do as a parent. They don't know the incredible ways that God has worked in my life. And that changes today. Remember with Joshua, he was then dealing with the new generation. He was not dealing with the parents. The parents were the ones that had seen all of the miracles, that had seen God work through Moses to part the Red Sea. This generation that Joshua was commanding had only heard the stories. So we are called to be that generation that puts down memory stones for our children, even though they have not seen the miracles, that they may know the hand of the Lord. And then you see in the end of Joshua in chapter 24, what we too hope to hear from our children. And all the people said to Joshua, the Lord our God we will serve, and his voice we will obey. I pray that we go out today and that we are witnesses for the Lord, not just on YouTube or the pulpit, but to our children, that they see the hand of the Lord in their parents, in me.